Imagine a country with no natural resources, hit by 1,500 earthquakes a year, and twice devastated by nuclear weapons. By all logical accounts, this nation should be a footnote in history. Instead, Japan is a global economic titan with some of the longest living, most disciplined people on Earth. Why? Because they understand a truth we've forgotten. Comfort is a slow-acting poison. Most of us spend our lives running away from discomfort. We turn on the AC the moment we feel a hint of heat. We scroll through TikTok the second we feel a spark of boredom. We order takeout because the effort of cooking feels like a burden. We've optimized our lives for ease, but in doing so, we've accidentally optimized for stagnation. In this video, we aren't just talking about money or hustle. We are talking about a 90-day financial and psychological reset. A mini lifetime designed to bridge the gap between who you are and the person you're capable of becoming. The hidden problem: motion versus progress. Here is the harsh reality. Most people watching this are in the exact same position they were in last year. You aren't lazy. In fact, you're likely a professional student of success. You watch the videos, you take the notes, you get the dopamine hit of planning, but your bank balance remains unchanged. Psychologically, this is called confusing motion with progress. Research shows that simply telling people your plans can trick your brain into feeling like you've already achieved them, killing the hunger required to actually do the work. To break this cycle, we need to stop thinking in years and start thinking in quarterly quests. January 1st is a lie we tell ourselves to delay the discomfort of today. The next 90 days are your takeoff phase, the period where the engines burn the most fuel to overcome the gravity of your old habits. The psychology: filtering your reality. Why do some people seem to stumble into opportunities while others stay stuck? The answer lies in a bundle of nerves at the base of your brainstem called the reticular activating system, RAS. Your RAS is a filter. It decides what information gets through to your conscious mind. If you decide to buy a specific car, you suddenly see that car everywhere. It's not that the car became more popular, it's that your brain finally gave you permission to notice it. If you don't have a written list of goals, your RAS is filtering for comfort, not opportunity. A study from Dominican University found that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. This isn't magic. It's giving your brain a search command. Phase 1. The Audit and Danshari, weeks 1 to 2. Our 90-day reset begins with Danshari, the Japanese art of decluttering not just your space, but your soul. We cannot build a new financial identity on top of a cluttered, dishonest foundation. In week 1, you must run your life like a high-performance business. A successful business knows every cent of its revenue and every penny of it. You need to pull 3 months of statements and categorize every single transaction into 3 buckets: fixed, needs; discretionary, wants; and debt. When you see that you've spent $200 on Ubers because you were too lazy to walk, you aren't just looking at a number. You're looking at a symptom of your comfort-loving version winning the battle. By sorting expenses from largest to smallest, you identify the low-hanging fruit. Can you reduce your spending by 10% to 30%? This isn't about deprivation, it's about shikata ganai, accepting what you cannot control, like market inflation, while ruthlessly optimizing what you can, like your subscriptions or insurance rates. Phase 2. Automating excellence, weeks 3 to 4. In Japan, there is a concept called kodawari, the relentless pursuit of excellence in the smallest details. Think of Jiro, the 90-year-old sushi master who treats every grain of rice with the same reverence. In your finances, kodawari manifests as automation. You are human. You are subject to willpower fatigue. Therefore, you must remove the choice to be disciplined. Week 3 is about paying yourself first. Set up a high-yield savings account and an investment account. Then create an automatic transfer for at least 10% of your take-home pay to hit these accounts the moment you get paid. If the money never hits your checking account, you never have the opportunity to waste it on comfort. The science: mental contrasting and debt. By week 4, we tackle the debt trap. But we don't just try to pay it off. We use a psychological tool called mental contrasting, or the WHOOP method. Most people fail because they only visualize the outcome, being debt-free. Science shows that if you only visualize the positive, you actually become less likely to achieve it because your brain thinks the work is done. Instead, you must visualize the obstacle. What will you do when your friends invite you to an expensive dinner? What is your plan? Maybe you call your credit card company to negotiate a lower interest rate, a 5-minute task that can save thousands in interest. By anticipating the friction, you make your progress inevitable. Phase 3. The momentum of Kaizen, weeks 5 to 8. Weeks 5 through 8 are where most people quit. This is the takeoff phase where the initial excitement fades. This is where we apply Kaizen, the philosophy of 1% daily improvement. Toyota saved millions not by redesigning the engine, but by noticing that a car door took 4 seconds too long to fit. Your financial reset works the same way. Your goal for week 5 is simple. Get your emergency fund to $1,000. Psychologically, crossing that 4-digit barrier changes your relationship with money. It proves you are no longer part of the 59% of people who can't handle a $1,000 emergency. From there, we look at income leveling in week 7. You can only cut costs so far, but there is no ceiling on what you can earn. Whether it's asking for a raise, job hopping, which can increase salary by 30 to 40%, or learning a high-income skill like video editing or coding, you must shift from a defensive mindset to an offensive one. The identity shift, Wabi-Sabi and beyond. As we enter the final stretch, weeks 9 to 12, we hit the most important psychological hurdle, identity. In a famous study, researchers found that asking people, "Will you be a voter?" led to significantly higher turnout than asking, "Will you vote?" One is an action, the other is who you are. To finish these 90 days, you must stop saying, "I'm trying to save money," and start saying, "I am an investor." What does an investor do? An investor buys appreciating assets like the S&P 500. They understand that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. And when you slip up, and you will, remember Wabi-Sabi. In Japan, broken pottery is often repaired with gold, making the cracks the most beautiful part of the piece. Your past financial failures aren't something to hide. They are the cracks that make your eventual success story authentic. Perfectionism is the enemy of consistency. Conclusion, the 90-day promise. We have exactly 3 months, 12 weeks, 90 days, to transform. Most people will wait for January 1st to start over. They will stay in the comfort trap, watching videos like this, but never taking the first step. But you have the tools now. You have the audit to find clarity. You have automation to ensure discipline. You have the RAS to filter for opportunity. And you have Shugyo, the understanding that ritual suffering today leads to freedom tomorrow. The unbreakable mindset isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, 1% improvement at a time. Imagine it's the end of these 90 days. Everyone else is nursing a New Year's hangover, writing fake resolutions they'll break by February. But you're already 3 months deep. You've already built the habits. You're not starting, you're continuing. That is the difference between hoping for change and living it. If you're ready to commit to this 90-day reset, don't just close this tab. Type your one main goal for the next 3 months in the comments. I'll be hearting the most ambitious ones to keep you accountable.